From Fox 5 New York, this is Good Day Weekend.
Good morning and welcome to Good Day Weekend. It's Saturday, July 26th. I'm Haley Fixler in the Fox 5 newsroom. Thanks for joining us live on the Fox Local app. Well, a lot of cleanup this morning after last night's storm. Take a look at this. This is Citizen app video from Flushing, Queens. You can see a downed tree made the block impassable. There's also been reports of scattered damage in New Jersey and Long Island. Hundreds of customers are currently without power. As for what we should expect today, mostly sunny with temperatures in the mid-80s. Tonight, cloudy and warm, and tomorrow we can expect some rain and a possible thunderstorm. A fire on the 7 train last night caused all sorts of service issues. Just look at this. This is video from Citizen app capturing the flames. The fire started just before 8 o'clock last night, but it was put out. 4 firefighters, they were taken to Elmhurst Hospital with injuries. Service is back to normal this morning. Disgraced former Congressman George Santos has reported to a federal prison in New Jersey to begin serving his 7-year sentence. The Federal Bureau of Prisons confirms he is in custody at the Federal Correction Institute in Fairton. Santos pleaded guilty last summer to federal wire fraud and aggravated identity theft charges for deceiving donors and stealing people's identities in order to fund his congressional campaign. Well, if you're counting your steps and you don't make it to 10,000 a day, we've got some good news for you. New research says if you fall short, you can still have a spring in your fitness step. Fox 5's Jennifer Williams laced up her running shoes for this one.
You're always trying to make it to 10, but I guess the narrative has changed.
Getting in your 10,000 steps is viewed as a tried and true health concept, but the magic number is up for debate.
I usually try to get anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 a day, but I mean, when I'm going into work, it's usually closer to 7 to 8.
Now that my goal is a little less, so I'm not having to aim for 10,000 every day, so I can feel a little more relieved.
I find even when I travel, I don't get as many in. And post-COVID, way less.
Some people thought it was this sort of gimmick from pedometer companies, and other people thought, no, this is legitimately based in science and we should be aiming for those 10,000 steps.
New research published in Lancet Public Health suggests a significantly lower number.
The most interesting thing about the study that I found is that the health benefits that they initially had discussed with the 10,000 steps not that long ago, they found were extremely present with 7,000 steps. And then they found that comparing 2,000 steps to 4,000 steps, there was a lot of health benefits in terms of that.
The study found that 7,000 steps was linked to numerous health benefits, including a much lower risk of all-cause mortality, lower risk of cardiovascular disease death, and lower risk of cancer death.
Walking is really good for your mental health.
I feel a little better just because you walk outside. It really helps a lot.
While reaching 7,000 steps a day might feel more obtainable for some, New Yorkers we spoke to didn't seem to have a problem hitting 10K a day.
How could you lessen the walking? How do you got to walk?
I still try to go for 10,000.
I don't think it's gonna change my idea of it because I am now so fixated on 10,000. So either way, I'm just gonna stay obsessed.
According to the NYC Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, New Yorkers can average between 6,000 and 10,000 steps per day, which according to the Mayo Clinic is up to 3.3 times as much as the average American.
Any movement of your body is good and will pay dividends for you in the long run.
In Brooklyn, Jennifer Williams, Fox 5 News.
Term limits for Suffolk County legislators will be on the ballot this November. And if passed, this referendum would double term lengths for county legislators from 2 to 4 years, and it will cap the total at 12 years. This is part of a new measure signed by County Executive Ed Romaine. Supporters say the change is necessary to avoid confusion because of a new state law that moves all local elections to even years in order to match state and federal races. Governor Hochul has said the new election schedule will save taxpayers money. Well, credit card debt, it is a national problem, and it's getting worse. Last year, Americans increased their debt by $52 billion. And here's a look at the states where it's going to take people the longest to pay off their debt. So according to Wallet Hub, Alaskans will spend 16 months paying off their debt. Then it's followed by Washington, D.C. residents with 15 months and 26 days. Then Vermont residents, New Jerseyans, they're 30th on the list, and New Yorkers are 35th. Well, a police officer in Westchester County is going viral for some fancy footwork. She is showing off her jump rope moves while on patrol. Fox 5's Richard Giacobis caught up with her in Mount Vernon.
Tuesday night on the streets of Mount Vernon was like any other night for Officer Sharika Brent, who spends most of her nights on patrol on the city's south side. But once Officer Brent reached Franklin Avenue, she noticed a group of neighbors doing something you don't see much of these days. People outside making their own fun.
We're passing down the street. We saw them outside jumping. I told her to pull over because I wanted to jump.
Officer Brent, who grew up on the streets of Brooklyn, decided to join in on this jump roping game, showing off quite the skills. But little did she know that the video would go viral. It has now racked up more than 7 million views in the past 24 hours. For Officer Brent, now in her third year of policing, she never expected to go viral, but she's glad the video did, not because of her newfound fame, but rather the connection made between this community and its cops.
Well, I do that all the time, so that's not something that I'm shy to. I'm a people's person. I could talk to anyone about anything. That doesn't, I don't shy away from that.
Community policing here in Mount Vernon is really making a difference, with violent crime down 11% since last year and overall crime dropping 20%. The mayor's office says part of that success is because of officers like Officer Brent, who take the time to connect with people in this community, making them feel seen and heard, building that stronger partnership between the community and the officers who serve them.
That was amazing. Never seen that before. I like the way she was interacting with us.
As for Officer Brent, she's off to patrolling these streets again tonight. And who knows, maybe this time she'll shoot some hoops or hit one over the fence.
You don't see the kids outside playing anymore. You just see them on their phones, heads down, tablets, whatever. They don't really play like outside like how I used to when I was a kid. So it was kind of refreshing for them to see. And it was refreshing for me. That's why I got the car and jumped.
In Mount Vernon, Richard Giacobis, Fox 5 News.
A lot of fun. All right, 2 Bridgewater, New Jersey police detectives, they're being called heroes. They risked their lives to save 3 people who were trapped inside of a car that was filling up with floodwaters last week. You can see some video here. Detectives Barnett and Macchia calmly pulled the people to safety. And you can see just how powerful the current was in this video and how at times it nearly knocked them to the ground. All right, a Long Island teen. He is the brains behind a booming burger business that's providing support to veterans in need. Fox 5's Jody Goldberg introduced us to the young entrepreneur and finds out the inspiration behind this smashing concept.
It's not your average butcher shop. And Will Burrell isn't your average teenager. The 18-year-old is serving up Smashburgers inside Center Cuts in Mattituck. They're fresh off the griddle, and they're free for active duty service members and veterans.
I would not be able to do any of this without their support and their sacrifice, so giving a burger and a drink, it's the least I can do.
The rising senior, who spends his summers on the North Fork, came up with the idea of helping veterans after taking part in a military-style boot camp.
I learned so much, and my perspective completely changed at that camp. Thanks for coming by, guys.
Members of the Coast Guard who were in the area were among those treated to a free meal.
Even if you tried to offer, he's like, nah, it's all good. We don't want your money. We don't accept it.
It makes us feel appreciated and great here.
This full circle moment began right here at the butcher shop where Will once worked.
He's a pleasure, one of the best kids I've met. He's pursuing such a great cause and just has such purpose so early in life, so very easy person to support.
I think I'd like one of your Smashburgers. When I was 18, I was probably getting in trouble. This is pretty awesome that he's actually giving back to the military and veterans. For a young guy to do that, it's exemplary, no doubt. I appreciate it.
Now, the pop-up will only be here until August, and once Will graduates high school, he plans to go to college and join an ROTC program, he says, in honor of those who inspired him.
The patties with a purpose come with a side of kindness, messages written by hand on every bag.
It's either have a great day or you are loved, like reminders, challenges, call someone you love and tell them you love them.
10% of the proceeds will support the mental health of veterans. Will says it's the least he can do for those who have served.
Thank you for everything. There's no this without them.
In Manituck, Long Island, Jody Goldberg, Fox 5 News.